Hello, welcome to our November angel reading. I have so much to share with you. First of all, I want to know how October was for you because we were saying that there was going to be some challenging energy in October, and I know I certainly felt it. There was lots of stuff going on, but with the November energy coming in, we can already feel that lightness, that change, that shift in the energy. So if you were feeling that, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you felt some sort of shift, some sort of upheaval, and what that meant for you. Because all these things that we're going through, all these challenges, we can look on them in two ways. We can see them from the point of view of it being an inconvenience or something that we need to get rid of or something that we wish just hadn't happened. Or we can look at it from the point of view of seeing it as something to learn from, something to go grow through, something to release in order to welcome something more beautiful into our lives. So if you look at it from the latter perspective, if you're looking at it through the point of view that these challenges, these energy shifts are bringing us to something better, something brighter, something we can't even possibly imagine at the moment, but that it's necessary to release all the heaviness, all the old stuff in order to step into the newness. If you're holding that perspective, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to transition through these shifts in energy. So, having said that, November does bring up a lightness of being. And the theme, when I was tuning into the energy of November, the theme coming up is from darkness to light. And it's funny, I was thinking about this because at the moment we're in the Northern Hemisphere experiencing going into the darkness, going into the longer nights with the shorter days and being in the darkness for the next few months. And the theme going from darkness to light is it's like it's more about the darkness lifting from our hearts and the light taking precedent. And I just love that. I think it's so beautiful thinking about, even though we're in this period of, in the Northern Hemisphere, obviously it's different for the Southern Hemisphere, but being in this period of, the dark nights, the shorter days, being in that introspective energy, but on the inside, our hearts are letting go of the darkness and lighting up. And it reminds me of the trees. The trees and nature are shedding their leaves, but already I've seen buds forming in my garden. One of the bushes has shed its leaves, and I just noticed the other day that there's little buds forming, and it's like that within our heart center. Even though we're in the darkness, there's this bud of light that's forming, that's starting to glow from within. So November is an 11 month, and from a numerology perspective, 11 is a master number. It helps us to connect with the higher realms. And there are some significant dates in November, particularly 11/11, which is on the 11th of November, is the 11/11 Stargate, which I'll explain all about in a minute. Those of you who've been working with me for a while will know what this is already, but I'll go through it with you. I'll also be sharing the angel cards that I've drawn for this month, and I'll explain what they mean. And I'll be talking about the angel of November, who you can work with as we transition through this master month, this master energy of 11. So there's a lot going on from a planetary perspective, from an astrological perspective. We have a few things happening. So on the 3rd of November, we have Mercury going direct. So Mercury is all about communication, and we're going to notice a lightness coming in with Mercury going direct. Of course, November 3rd is also the US election. I'm not even going to go into that. That's a whole other conversation, but it is significant that that's happening on the same day. Following that, as I said, we have the 11th of November, which is the 11/11 Stargate. So what is the 11/11 Stargate? So as I said, 11/11 or 1111 is an angel number. It's a master number. It's associated with spiritual awakening, with higher alignment, with balance, with ascension. And if you can imagine, I've given this example before, but if you are in a multi-story building and there's all these different floors, and if you can imagine that you're at the first floor or the second or third floor, and there's certain points where there are elevators that allow you to rise up to the next floor. So this 1111 portal is a little bit like an elevator where you can step into it and you can shoot up to the next floor, or to up to 2 or 3 floors, or whatever you're ready to go to. And it's literally, instead of having to walk up the stairs, you can just take the elevator straight up, and this portal that opens up on 1111 allows you to do this. So you can jump on, you can ascend to the next level, and you can do that through your intention, intending to be in alignment, to be in balance, to connect with this energy. I always say intention is such a powerful thing, and focused intention is even more powerful. But we do tend to have a problem with focus, and we do tend to get distracted by all the shiny objects. And even though sometimes we know clearly what our heart's desire is, where we want to go, we tend to find little dramas occurring or little things happening in life that take us off our focus and bring us into the energy of drama or fear. So we all do it. It's always something that, for me, each time I notice that I'm getting pulled away or my focus is being drawn into drama or fear, it's about how quickly you can get back into your focused intent. And I always say it's not about being positive 100% of the time. That's not what it's about. It's about being focused on where you're going. And as you see yourself getting drawn off your direction or your goal, it's just refocusing, realigning, recentering, and doing that through meditation or whatever it is that you work with. So again, another example I give is where you get in a car, you know your destination, and you start driving towards it. And if you find that you get pulled off your route and you start driving down another road, and you find, 50 kilometers down that road, you realize, oh, I'm actually headed in a different direction. Of course, you're going to turn around, you're going to go back to your original destination. So it's just recentering, rebalancing, getting back on track the minute you notice that you veered off. So 1111 is a chance to connect with your angels, connect with your guides, work with them, to meditate, go within, be in that space of elevating yourself to the next level, the next frequency, wherever it is you're going, and owning that energy. So it's a perfect time to manifest if you have a clear intention, if you have a focused intent where you know where you want to go. Being in that energy, allowing yourself to feel all the good feels, how that feels to be in that space, and working with the energy of 1111. I know we'll be working with this energy inside my group, Fiercely Spiritual Family, and we're going to be doing some beautiful activations and meditations. So just be taking time on that day to go within, connect, call in your angels, call in your guides, and be in that energy. Okay, so following the 1111 Stargate, we have on the 13th of November, Mars is going direct. So Mars is the planet which is like this fiery, passionate energy. It also can bring up anger. So we've been experiencing the retrograde Mars energy for a while now. Mars going direct is going to bring such a lightness. That energy of, I know for me, I've certainly been feeling that being passionately angry about things. It's not necessarily a bad thing when you see things in the world that need to be changed, and that energy being brought up where you know you have to take action and that there's something you have to do. But we're going to see that shifting and that lightness coming in where things actually start shifting and you're not feeling so fired up. Being fired up can be a good thing, but if it's not directed positively, it can also lead to that shadow side of just being in anger and frustration. So Mars going direct is bring that lightness in and help us to move forward. And then the following day, on the 14th, we have the super new moon in Scorpio. So again, Scorpio brings in this passionate energy, this powerful energy. And the new moon is all about setting intentions, being focused on where you're going, birthing new desires. So this passionate, powerful Scorpio energy is going to allow you to birth the goals, the desires, the things that you're manifesting with greater ease. It's going to bring in that power to uplift you and to allow you to see your desires come to fruition. If you're working with this energy, if you're tuning in, if you're being in that state of alignment, and as I said, focused on where you're going. The next significant date in November is the 30th, where we will have the full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini. So Gemini is a light energy. Again, it's all about communication, it's quick-witted, it's a really sociable energy. But the full moon is all about release. And with the lunar eclipse, a lot of shadow side stuff will be brought up. So the shadow of Gemini, there could be jealousy, there could be even, Gemini's a sign of communication, an air sign. The shadow could be like a lack of communication, holding things in, not being forthright or not speaking your truth. So be aware of that, but also be aware of the things coming up for release, because sometimes they come to the surface simply to be let go of so something new can come in. But we have to be aware, if it's coming up for release, to allow it to flow through us, not to hold on to it, not to get caught up in it. So that full moon lunar eclipse is going to set the tone for December. It's going to propel us forward for so much more to come. I am not even going to go into December right now, because this is November we're focusing on, but there's so much coming up. So as you transition through all of these portals, particularly the 1111 Stargate, but with the full moon and the new moon, you're going to want to take some time to yourself, to go within, to sit, to connect, call in your angels, call in your guides. And the angel of November is Adnakiel. So perfect to work with Adnakiel throughout November if you wish. And it is a lovely time to work with angels that maybe you haven't worked with before, if new angels are coming up for you. And I'm going to introduce you to a few now who came up in the cards that I have drawn for this month. So the first card that is coming up is Angel Sahakiel. So Sahakiel is guardian of the sky. So I'm just going to bring this towards the camera a little bit so that you can see. So Sahakiel is going to bring in this beautiful energy of upliftment, focusing on bringing us to a higher level. Remember that that elevator that I was talking about, bringing you up to the next level. You can work with Sahakiel at the start of the month, particularly around the 1111 Stargate. If you want to ascend, if you want to bring your frequency to a higher level. We all know the saying, the sky's the limit, but with Sahakiel, there is no limit. It's the sky, the stars, the universe, it's all there for us. So it's opening up, it's all about potential, it's all about opening up to your own potential. And as I said, if you have desires, if you have things that you've been working on that maybe haven't manifested for you, maybe haven't come about in the way that you had hoped, now is the time to work with these angels, to work with the 1111 energy, to step into that new way of being and to step into those desires. So Sahakiel is there to support us at the start of the month. Then towards the middle of the month, the next angel that has come up is Ruhiel. So Ruhiel is the guardian of the four winds. Now we have encountered Ruhiel before. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So the four winds, the winds of the north, the south, the east, and the west, and each brings different qualities. So it depends on what you're working through, what you want to bring into your life. So if you think about it, we have this soft, beautiful breeze. If you imagine you're standing on a beach and it's a beautiful, hot, sunny day, and that fresh sea breeze brings such refreshment. It brings like a relief from the hot sun. So you can call on Ruhiel to bring in that refreshing breeze if that's what you need. Also, we have these strong, powerful winds. At the moment, I can hear the wind blowing outside. The past few days, there's been like this storm energy, and there's been such strong breezes, but they are literally, they're blowing all of the leaves off the trees, and it can do the same for you. If there's cobwebs on an energy level, if there's stuff that you need to release, if there's old heaviness that needs to be blown away, you can work with Ruhiel to have that strong, powerful breeze blow through you the winds of change so that you can step up to a higher level of being. And also what I've noticed is over the past week, even though there's been these winds, there's been rain, every day there's been sunshine as well. And I think every day for the past week or even a week and a half, there's been the most fabulous rainbows. So we can work with this rainbow energy as well. If you're called, if you feel drawn to do so, you can work with that energy. And Ruhiel will bring in the energy of renewal as well, the wind of change, as I said, so you can be renewed through this energy. And also there's that soft, soothing energy, the wind, which will soothe your emotions and bring you that, it's like a warm blanket being wrapped around with you. So call on Ruhiel, decide what you need, what wind of the four winds you need to bring into your life, and decide what you want. And if you don't know, ask Ruhiel for what it is you most need, because Ruhiel will know and will provide that for you. And then towards the end of the month, the third card that we have is the Sacred Eden Tree. So this is a really powerful, such a beautiful card. So this is the card of spiritual wisdom. And of course, perfect timing, the month of November, 11 month, the 1111 Stargate, all about ascension, spiritual wisdom, stepping into that part of you, the wise, all-knowing part of you. And we all know with the Sacred Eden Tree, and you can see from this image, as above, so below. And it's working with this energy of balance, of alignment. Again, it's bringing the energy from the heavens, the energy from the sky, working with Sahakiel, the guardian of the sky, bringing that down through you, working with the grounding energy of the earth, bringing it up through you, balancing both within, and working with the Sacred Eden Tree to bring that balance into your being, into your heart, into your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, and allowing you to sit with that. I would highly recommend, if you are sitting in meditation, to visualize the Sacred Eden Tree. You can visualize this image on this card if you want. You can Google Sacred Eden Tree and look up other images of it, and just focus on that. Focus on bringing that into your physicality, into your energy body, and focus on that balance. And if you are open to receiving spiritual wisdom or opening your own spiritual centers, asking for that also, and it will be done, and knowing that it will be done. So I hope this has helped you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you the most amazing, spectacular month, and I hope it brings so many new opportunities, potential for you, and I hope you open up to and receive all of it. Bye bye.